It's my time and it's my time, my time, my time and this we get raw. It's my time to spit, my time, my time, my time to spit, we get raw.
Blue Shade, 99, sorry. Keep going, keep going, keep going.
Fucking boss. The sun is shining, everyone's smiling, and the Everton blue and white stripe are going home sad. Get in, Liverpool!
Yes. 3-1. 18 years of misery for the bluenoses. Hello, episode 6 of YaRAW show here. What a great result over the weekend. Not only even this isolated result, but the whole weekend. Manx draw points, City draw points. Chelsea lost. I mean, not that it's really relevant to us anymore, but nonetheless, great results, solidifying our top 4 chances. Some statistic analysts are already saying that Liverpool has 80% chance of getting the top 4 this season. Let's hope this will be the case. But right now, after this win and other results this weekend, it really looks solid right now, our chances are. Let's look at some fan reactions. During halftime, love for Phil and Mane. Not only they both scored, and Coots also assisted, but I think they were both electrifying. Let's just hope that Sadio Mane's injury is not that serious. I'm sure there will be many more updates, but as I'm recording the show, I don't know the extent of it yet, but let's hope it's nothing serious. Chas Krish, really though, Phil's goal, you just knew it was going in. You saw his frustration at missing the first, tweaked it perfectly for the second. Yeah, I think Phil was electrifying, and I think he was back to his best. That's the kind of performance we expected from him for quite some time, and let's hope this is just the first of many. We have 8 more games left to play, and let's hope Phil will be instrumental in those games to bring us the desired top 4 spot. Ryan Shade, I thought we didn't play well, honestly, aside from 2 moments. Again, that was at halftime. Got to get more precise with passing. To be fair, that's a point to be discussed, because I think in the first half we were not that deadly. But in the second half, we were expecting Everton to come back at us, and we did everything to keep them at bay. Not only that, we scored the 3rd goal, and we'll get to that a little bit later on. That was very, very important for the game. Paul Colology, the famous guy on Twitter. As usual, scrappy but exciting. Referees may appear too lenient, but it's needed to keep the game within the means of control. Also, fair point to be had here. Somewhat looked scrappy in the first half, but then we managed to get it done and get all 3 points with 3-1. Those 2 have been great, said Mia, but Lovren has been a beast as well. But those 2 meaning Phil and Mane, of course. Yeah, Lovren is a good point. We'll discuss that in depth. I think he was very solid, and he did really keep Lukaku in his pocket. But again, we'll get to this a little later on. E.T. at halftime as well. Lovren solid. Again, praise for Lovren. Deserved praise. Chant should be more reversed and Gini more relaxed going forward. Mane and Coutinho in capital letters showing their worth. I think they showed their worth earlier than that, but in this game, undoubtedly, they were on top of it, and the bluenoses could not just handle them. I mean, especially Mane before he coming off injury, he just obliterated them so many times. Daniel Bilverstone, game should be over if we had upped the tempo more. Lovren, Lucas, Mane, and Coutinho class. Think we'll see a different Everton second half. We were, again, all expecting Everton to come out guns blazing, but great job, Liverpool, for keeping them at bay and scoring the 3rd to put it out of sight. Lloyd, Gum Pistol, again at halftime. Chan has been immense. I think it's, I'm almost definitely sure now Emre watched my show when he was criticized on it, not only by me, but by other fans as well, for being inconsistent. For 3rd or 4th game running, he's been great. He's been consistent. He's been a bastard, the kind of bastard that we need. And, you know, John has been really great in the last couple of games, hoping that's something that he will be doing consistently. After full time, none other than Kev Haggerty, the recent addition on our Anfield Index WhatsApp chat. A great guy. Phil looked on it. Another good game for Chan. Lucas Lovren did well. Hope Mane isn't injured too badly. Everton were thugs today. Yeah, absolutely agree on every point said, especially on the last one. I mean, it just escapes my understanding. How is this possible that a referee supposedly a highly valued referee in the Premier League, Anthony Taylor, stands next to a horrible tackle by Ross fucking Barkley on Dejan Lovren. He sees the studs up and does nothing about it. I mean, this is a clear red card. Not to mention that he should have been off, or at least yellow carded before that. This is unbelievable. I mean, I've been banging on about introducing the goal line technology, not the goal line technology, obviously, but the fouls technology, so, you know, referees can get updates on whether the foul was taking place and whether the foul was serious, and then make a proper decision on whether the player should be sent off. I've been banging on about this for years. I don't understand the reason why the authorities in England and all over the world are so reluctant to introduce this kind of technology. It works in different other sports, but in football it should be implemented as well. I mean, we're all humans, we make mistakes, for fuck's sakes, and the referees are humans as well. I mean, they also make mistakes, but it actually affects every team, whether it's Liverpool or Chelsea or Man United or Barcelona or Real Madrid. Referees make costly decisions, and that affects all teams in the world. And this is something that should be at least considered, I mean, in this technology. And, I mean, in this game, there's been so many fouls, so many bad fouls. It's something that you would expect from a Merseyside derby, of course. I mean, if you look at the previous games, it's always been rough, and the challenges have always been physical, but, like, nonetheless, there should be a point where people just say enough is enough and introduce this kind of technology. Other points by Kev, I totally agree, Phil, was absolutely insane. Mia, Lovren was great. She again praises Lovren. Or he, she, I don't know. You tell me later, okay? Comfortable for the last 30 minutes. Origi with a much-needed goal. Shitty about Mane. Definitely shitty about Mane. Origi's goal was actually something I sort of reflected on the last show, that we need this guy as a backup. I mean, he came on 2-1. It's still in the balance. Everton could come back into the game, but his goal definitely sealed it off, and there was no chance of the blue shites coming back at us 3-1. We were cruising after his goal, so I think it was very important. And again, I think, relating to the debate last week, I think we should keep Divock Origi, 21 years old, scored already so many goals for Liverpool, a very decent backup, irrespective of how Klopp wants to play next year. And we'll see actually what's happening on Wednesday with the Bournemouth game, whether Origi gets a start, considering that Mane is almost definitely missing out on this game. Right, David Riley, Lucas back in his natural position was a rock today, and Dejan and Lukaku in his pocket, nice to see. Yeah, Lucas definitely 100% was better than when he was deployed at centre-back. Credit when due, he was really good in this game. He barely missed any chances, missed any tackles, and the statistics speak for themselves. Lucas had a really good game, although, guys, still I think it doesn't change the fact that we need to upgrade on him next season. I mean, I'm pretty much sure every Liverpool fan would agree on that in that respect. Right, and probably the final one from James White, the regular on my show, not this time though in terms of the video. James, was Trent playing striker at the end? Would have been hilarious if he scored. Yeah, indeed, that chip he had against Robles in the last couple of minutes, that was, imagine that had gone in. I mean, not only for terms of the confidence for Trent in the future games, but again, he's a youngster, and we still don't know what role he's best at. We've seen him play at right back, and he was very solid there, a very decent competition for Nathaniel Klein, and a very hot prospect, but here he was obviously deployed in a more advanced position, and the guy was great. I mean, maybe he actually should start instead of Mane on Wednesday against Bournemouth. That's the kind of shout I've been hearing and seeing on Twitter as well. We've had plenty of reactions coming from across the world, particularly from DC, from Anfield actually. Thank you, Harander, for your videos, and from the capital of Russia, Moscow. Here are some of the reactions by fans.
And there you have it. The tragedy that is Everton carries on. The magic that is Liverpool remain brilliant. For me, Lucas had probably one of the best games I've seen him have in a very long time. So I'm very happy for him and for Liverpool. Probably my man of the match. We still can't deal with set pieces. We can't deal with balls coming into the middle, because that was our failure really for their goal, which I don't know. We should have tracked Jagielka better, I reckon. But at the end, we've got 3 great goals, absolutely sublime goals, and I think they were capped off by Origi smashing it into the Liverpool or in front of the Kop.
3 мяча – отличный результат для того, чтобы двигаться вперед и достичь заветной четверки, к которой мы стремимся. Есть определенные минусы. У нас, к сожалению, опять небольшие провалы на стандартах, из-за которых мы пропустили. А также нам нужно очень сильно обеспокоиться в связи с травмой Мане. Надеюсь, она будет несерьезная, потому что если этот парень выйдет из строя на долгий период времени, то о четверке можно забыть.
Your man of the match. Tough one, right?
Origi.
Origi?
Yeah.
Because he sealed it, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Man of the match, Coutinho.
Coutinho.
Yep. I think the underrated man of the match is really Matip. I think he's not going to get the credit, but I think it's just he's so tidy in the back. He's no drama, and that's what we need after all the years of having the craziness at the back.
You see, when it comes to the man of the match in this game, that's a really tricky one. And you see in Washington, 3 people of the 4 that I had asked about their opinions on the game named different man of the match. Mane was great, Phil was great, Chant was great, Lovren was great. Again, credit when due. I know I've been criticizing him a lot, and that's not an unwarranted criticism too, but in this game he was very, very solid, and Lukaku had no chances at all. I mean, 0 shots on goal by Lukaku. This is something that you don't see often from the top scorer in the Premier League. He is the top fucking scorer, and he was completely gone and missing in this game. But I want to focus, I know that Coutinho is the most likely man of the match. Not even the most likely, he was officially acknowledged as the man of the match. And yes, back to his best, scintillating performance, a goal and an assist. The way he floored Ross Barkley in that dribble of his is something that's going to be making rounds for maybe years. It was hilarious. Barkley's career was probably finished there in that, when he just fell flat on his ass. But the unsung hero to me of this game was Joel Matip. Not only Lovren was solid, but Matip, he never put a foot wrong. He was right there at the very right time, at the very right place, whenever the crosses were coming in, whenever we needed to defend, whenever we needed to just kick the ball out for a corner or for out of bounds, but he was always there. And I don't know what's going to happen with the centre-back partnership for next season. Nobody knows, right? We've all been advocating and banging our heads against the wall, if you can call it that, for us to sign a proper centre-back to partner Joel Matip, but I have no questions about it. Joel Matip should be the first choice centre-back for next season, and this game was another ample proof that he is that kind of guy. Right, guys, that's all I have for today. Hopefully next week, there might be some technical issues, but hopefully I'll be back and we can talk about 2 games all at the same time, which is Bournemouth and Stoke. Hopefully 6 or at least 4 points out of those 2 games. We really need those. Before I go, I want to say big thanks to the Reds in Moscow, who not only made it very, very loud this time. I mean, I've got a shit ton of videos from them, and my heart was filled with joy watching how they celebrated the win, but they also actually made a chant about me, which is, thank you, boys, I appreciate it. I'll be back soon, and we're gonna fill the walls of the Pilgrim pub in Moscow with more chanting and singing. And for now, obviously, you know what's coming next. I've dropped the mic.
Because we hate man you, because we play just you, you are it through and through.
18 years, she got one of your kids, got you for 18 years. I know somebody paying child support for one of his kids. His baby mama.